All right. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
We're back in person.
We are back in person.
It's nice to see you.
It is nice to see you.
And the people out there can now see us. All of us, if they want.
And you can also see us on YouTube.
That's how you can see us. So we're venturing into the video podcast landscape, which to me just sounds like a video, but
yeah,
it's a thing.
Definitely just a video. It's not a video podcast.
Yes, but now we are a video podcast.
That's true.
So welcome to the 2017 or whatever.
We don't make the rules. We only make the AudPod rules.
Sometimes we change those.
We often change them.
Almost every day.
On the fly.
Yeah. So yeah, here we are. Please check us out on YouTube. I don't know how to tell you how to get to our YouTube, but we have it linked in our Instagram. So go to Instagram, click the links, and go to YouTube.
No one's going to YouTube. I just discovered we just wasted all that time talking about it. Nobody's going to it.
So on YouTube, we are going to do our uncut episodes. So they're basically just going to be, you get to see us talking about everything. When we forget to research, you get to experience what that's like. So we tried to make it different than just the normal podcast, because otherwise you could just listen to it.
So you want the extended uncut version of the AudPod,
go to
YouTube.
The no director's cut.
It could be bad.
It could be. So
we joked about getting canceled earlier. This could be real.
This could be the one. Who knows how much of this will end up onto the real podcast?
That's true.
But on YouTube, it will be there.
It'll all be there.
Okay, so we're back to Justin's bone-picking corner.
Bone-picking time.
I don't know why I said it like that. It's great. I'm glad that I have a theme song, a stinger. The OHL put the Brantford Bulldogs up 5 spots in the power rankings. The third to second.
To second?
Yeah.
Yes?
What?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because Zach Hyman's parents are rich.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Right. That's why.
I was like, what?
I mean, there is something weird about that they get purchased and they get boosted through the roof. I don't really know why.
I have no idea.
Because they beat them.
They're on a.
Yeah.
Here's the only pros going for them. They're on a 6-game win streak.
6 games. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we've done that 3 times. We never got bumped 5.
True.
But okay, they're on a 6-game win streak. They beat the Generals twice in a row.
Okay.
So, okay, like they're good teams. So it's like that's fine. But 5.
You're mirrored.
5 spots.
Or am I mirrored? No, you're mirrored.
What does that mean?
You can't be mirrored.
I don't know what that means.
If you're mirrored, then it'll be, it'll look weird.
I don't know.
So on your phone.
What do you want me to do?
You have to, on your phone. It's got to be on your phone.
Okay.
To change your mirror or make it mirrored. I don't know what it needs to be. I think it needs to be mirrored.
I don't know what that means. I just turned it on.
I don't know now. The problem is we're looking the same way. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Now you just flipped it to...
No, it's, I don't know, man. I think it's just going to have to be this way. Because to me...
Well, we do top bottom videos now anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anyway, yeah, that just bothers me. Why? Because why is that like that? Why is mine not like that? I don't know. Anyway, can you do it here?
I don't know.
Broke our momentum.
Yeah, you did. It was actually going really well.
It was. This will not be in the uncut episode. Anyway, all right.
It might be in the uncut video.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Brantford moved up. I don't even know what we're talking about.
For fuck's sake. Brantford moved up. I just don't want it to be all screwed up, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to do.
I know, because it's like now we're looking the same way.
Here, okay, let me look.
Here, back-facing camera.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but you think you'd be able to, because I was able to do it on this, and here, let me see. Well, I don't want to change mine because mine looks good. It's easier to change this one. I'll do one last look at mirroring. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work.
There's nothing here.
No, but that's so weird.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay, so Zach Hyman's family's rich.
Okay, hold on. You're going to make this edit so hard now.
Yeah. This can all go away, though.
No, I don't. But it's just so much editing.
I know.
Okay. All right. So what we've learned is you can play terrible teams.
Yes.
So, well, less good teams.
Yeah.
Because they played
terrible.
They played the Peets.
For sure.
That's in their win streak.
For sure.
I don't discredit anyone a 6-game win streak.
Okay.
I just discredit the fact that they jumped up 5 places.
Okay.
And here's the other thing that gets me. Oshawa also jumped up a place, jumped the Rangers.
That's right.
They lost to Brantford twice.
I think you're getting caught up in these rankings, man. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I am.
You really are. I think they mean nothing because the CHL rankings still have the Rangers as the second highest OHL team.
Yeah, the second highest or the third? I
The
think
second highest. They're fourth in the OHL. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're still
No, they're fifth in the CHL.
Sorry, the CHL.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're fourth or fifth in one of them. They're higher in the CHL than they are in the OHL.
So
it makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I decided at the beginning of the season, I decided to join the power rankings train.
Okay.
And I'm riding it to the end.
Okay.
And I want
retribution. Well, I mean, I have no idea how you're going to achieve that unless they win the whole thing. Yeah. That's pretty much
suck at power rankings.
Yeah. That's pretty much where we're at now. I think that the Brantford thing, it seems fishy a little bit.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, do you think that the Rangers are worse than Brantford? I don't.
No.
Like,
after recording on Wednesday last night, we played London.
Yeah.
After the London game, do I feel like we're worse than any team in the league? No.
Right. So there you go.
My power ranking.
Instant retribution.
Number one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So speaking of last night's game, we're going to not talk about it for a bit.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's recap the other games that happened.
Okay.
So on Friday night, we played Flint. The Flint Firebirds.
The Firebirds of Flint.
And we won 4-3.
Okay.
And that was that game.
That was that.
That kind of feels like the whole game. Like, I know we won 4-3, which is great.
Yeah.
But also I kind of feel about that game.
I mean, there was some good things.
Yeah.
There were. Christian Humphries had 2 points.
Yeah, and Christian Humphries is very good.
He is very fair.
I really like him.
Yeah. What a pickup.
Yeah,
Mike McKenzie.
Brilliant. Actually, the best part about the Flint Firebirds game was the interview with Mike McKenzie.
Totally. There was, I don't know. It wasn't high energy the way it normally is, but it was kind of, I think what it was I only saw believe it or not, I only saw the first period live.
Oh, okay.
So I saw absolutely nothing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then I had to go back and watch the highlights of the second and third. So I can't speak to how exciting the full game was. However, the first period was not an enjoyable time. I got sleepy and that was the end of my night. However, there is some performers in this game that continued to perform throughout, this 3-game stretch that we're looking back on. Cameron Arquette, I thought.
Yeah, he's been killer lately.
And he seemed like one of those guys that probably on a lesser squad would just play more minutes.
Yeah. It's kind of sad for him, but also he's playing with great guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And he's producing. Like, he's not invisible or anything.
No, I know. Yeah, he's a hard worker. I mean, he's also like not necessarily out there to score.
Sure.
So, I mean, and he has been lately, so that's great.
Yeah. So there was like the beginning of this game was good. Like Pridham got like a crazy shot in the first minute, I think.
Yeah.
It was like right off. And Pridham and Romano.
As usual.
Yeah, yes.
I don't want to foreshadow for last night, but yeah.
As becomes the Pridham way of doing it.
Yeah. Starting fast, ending strong.
Yeah.
Jack Pridham.
Romano also was like, he was good all weekend too. Like we saw a lot of Romano. He was like killing it.
He's kind of always good. He's projecting to go early second round.
I know.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Romano.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the Prospects tournament.
What a solid.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even really talk about that.
No.
The Prospects tournament, the Rangers showed out.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. All three of them just crushed it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Cameron Reed, player of the game for the West. I had 3 assists, and the other guys had goals, and I think Romano had a goal and an assist, or was it just an assist?
Maybe just an assist.
Okay, and Misiljevic had a goal for sure,
yes,
which was a beauty. Yeah,
it was a real missile.
It really was. Anyway, back to the Flint game, which was not as exciting as the Prospect game, which was insane. There was like a ton of fights.
Yeah, there was that.
That's awesome. An all-star game where there's fighting.
Yeah. Why? How?
Yeah. Because they're very young.
They are.
And their futures are on the line.
There's also a lot of hormones in that room. There's a lot of hormones. You put a bunch of guys who are 16 to 19 years old in the room, that's a lot of hormones.
Yeah, I don't know what it would have been like with those guys who are usually rivals playing together. It'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting little documentary or something.
Yeah.
Scenes.
A little, yeah, I'd love to see that.
See like I mean, it would probably be awful. It'd probably be horrible for the quality of life to follow around an OHLer like that and just put the pressure on them. Like
maybe more funding would come.
Maybe if it was someone who was already drafted.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
we could follow Ando around for a day.
From what I've seen in the interviews and stuff like that, there'd be some hijinks.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I don't think it would be a completely serious.
Him and Jackson Parsons, I would enjoy.
I don't think it would be a total serious time. That's a great segue. Jackson Parsons had 30 saves, which just seems like he's automatics.
Yeah. So this game, yes, the first period was sleepy. The second period started sleepy. Part of that was because Nathan Day was lights out. Nathan Day, the goaltender for Flint, just destructive.
Who's he a prospect for?
Yeah, I don't think he's drafted, is he?
I think so. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just look at the logo on my hat. It's nice and shiny.
Yes.
The Edmonton Oilers, Nathan Day. That's right.
Yeah. Your other prospect, though, was suspended.
Yeah. Yeah, much like the captain of the team.
Yeah. I mean, following in the footsteps.
That's right.
But then once that shot 25 happened for the Rangers, damn broke.
Yeah. Well,
that's when everything started opening up.
It does feel like the Rangers will get you eventually.
I wrote in my notes, and I kind of remember why, but Thibodeau was quite the pest in this game. I don't know if
you wrote what a note that is.
I know. I'll just cut all that.
Not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube. Okay. Well, Lamb got a goal, and that's what made me happy. He laminated that.
He did. He
himself. Yeah. So that was Flint. You can tell that I
don't think he got a goal in this one. No, he didn't. He didn't.
What? Did they not credit it to him?
He had a secondary assist.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you thinking of another game?
No, I was pretty specific with my notes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes we're wrong. Yeah, sometimes we'll just be wrong on that one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I can't confirm nor deny because I only saw highlights, so.
Okay, Brampton. I watched this game with my daughter. She didn't know what was going on.
No, but she's very new.
She fell asleep. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, this was a good one to miss.
Yeah, but we lost this one. We lost it 4-1.
Was this the first time you tried to watch a game with her?
No, I've watched several with her.
Oh, okay, all right.
She's picking my fantasy team these days.
Yeah. She can't do any worse than Justin.
Oh,
you're doing pretty good this year.
I'm right behind you.
Just kidding. Yeah,
I'm right behind you. Okay, yeah. So Brampton, we lost 4-1. Obviously, we saw Brampton the week before and lost 4-3.
Yeah.
So no, 5-3. We lost a lot more.
Yeah,
because they got 4 goals in the first.
Yeah. Yes. That one was a weird game, right? Because the Rangers outplayed them for most of the game. Unfortunately, it was 4-0 10 minutes into the game.
I still think in this game against Brampton this weekend, that the Rangers outplayed Brampton again, but it didn't feel as dominant as the first time we played.
It just feels like this is the team that has their number.
Yeah.
Every team seems to have this team, right?
Luckily, we only see them twice.
And it's this weird, like, doesn't matter how well you play, you lose a lopsided game. It's like a weird, I think it's just that weird, like, puck luck bounces. It was the opposite this time. It was a close game. And then in the third period, the doors kind of got blown off.
Yeah.
And Brampton just kind of took over.
Ivan 11 shots in the first period, total.
Yeah.
For both teams. It was nuts.
Yeah. Ivan Kovic is the Achilles heel, I think, of the Kitchener Rangers right now.
He's very,
like you said, thankfully, not going to see him again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, because there was the first period was very dry.
Yep.
And then the second period, Brampton was ahead. Misljevic got a goal. And that's when it felt like the momentum was starting to build. It was like, okay, this game isn't going to be a blowout. Yeah. Like the last one, at least started.
For sure.
And then we're going to build up. We're going to get into something. And then the momentum just sort of trickled out and didn't show up for the third period. And then there were some good chances. Like it wasn't like we didn't get chances, but Ivan Kovic destroyed us, and that was it. Yeah, like you just said.
And Luke Misa. And 3 goals and an assist.
Oh, who is he a prospect of?
I don't know. Will he ever actually play there, or will he get traded for a strong, tough defenseman or something like that?
No, we have those now.
Yeah, you just keep getting more of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you're gonna go 10-8. You're not gonna play the 11-7. You're gonna play
Perfect.
10 forwards and 8 defensemen.
And that was the last time the Calgary Flames ever had a puck shot from center ice.
Yeah.
And then after that game, we went
Home, and we played the London Knights, the number 1 team in the country,
where we won 5-2.
That's right. Finally.
Yeah.
Oh, it felt so good.
It was a good game too.
It really was.
Like both teams showed up.
I mean, I feel like the London Knights played London Knight hockey. They didn't have like an off night.
No.
It was just that Jackson Parsons and the Rangers, as a collective, outplayed them.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
And I'll tell you what, the Rangers had more opportunities that didn't go in, didn't result in goals, than I would say the Knights did.
I agree.
There was a couple of, like, no doubt, opportunities, high danger, A++ opportunities that did not go in.
Yes.
In fact, didn't even really test the goalie, like the Pridham fan shot on the breakaway.
Yeah, wide open.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. I love, what's his name? Jason yelling, "Showtime" on breakaways. And it just, both times during this game, he's like, "Showtime!" And it resulted in nothing. I love it because I love how into it they are in the booth.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But it is funny when it's like a total fan dog shot and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ando, I've already named this episode Eyes for Ando.
Eyes for Ando.
It's our Valentine's Day early edition.
We only have eyes for you.
The refs did during this London game.
Yeah.
Because he got a pretty soft penalty to start the game, like 1 minute in.
Yeah.
Then he got a penalty, a slightly more warranted one at the beginning of the second.
For sure.
And then they gave him 3 penalties in the third, right at the end of the game.
I mean, that's kind of who he is, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I will say that there is times where it almost borders. I think if there was going to be like a knock on Ando, is that sometimes he gets a little undisciplined, but it never seems to be like in a spot where you can't handle it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it's a knock because you want the guy to have that kind of edge. He's your captain. He's the minute muncher on defense. You kind of like, if you play that and you play a physical style, which he does, that's who you're going to be. But it's funny because I feel like there is a bit of like, I don't know, like last week we complained about the officiating, so I don't want to do too much about it, but it does feel like officials get to know players.
Yeah.
And then they just have an easier time just saying those numbers when they're going over to the box and putting in a penalty, So,
yeah, that's fair. I didn't feel like it was all of them were warranted or all of them didn't have like a similar non-call on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to complain about it either. But you know why I have eyes for Ando?
Why?
Because he looked like freaking Ovechkin
on the 1T.
On the 1T,
that was
the goal.
A beauty.
Holy!
He read that perfectly to come down, and it was Pridham behind the net.
Yeah, Pridham sauced it to him,
and he was coming around the back of the net, and Ando came down low, and just it was perfect.
Yeah, it was beautiful,
and there's really nobody I think can stop that kind of a play, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's true.
Beauty.
And then it was fun in the second period. We reversed Ranger.
You reversed Ranger.
We were on the penalty kill and we scored.
Oh,
little shorty from Mercer.
This is staying in. You're getting real, like you really enjoy the corner of the screen there.
Yeah.
This is staying in on YouTube.
Yeah, it's all getting in. So this is what happens. Andrew judges all of my camera work.
Well, it's not your camera work. You're just slowly moving out of the frame. Okay. Yeah. You're getting excited.
Yeah, I get excited and then I move.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a bit of a goalie battle too, this game.
It was. Both goalies played incredibly well.
Like Jackson Parsons got the goal of the save of the game, whatever, which was
save of the week.
But Medvedev also had a save that could have been save of the night.
For sure.
Saved it off of Lamb. It was like insane.
Yes.
Yeah. Lamb.
Yeah. And Lamb had a beautiful goal.
Yes.
The patented insurance goal. Tanner Lamb scored a nice one, and he had a great opportunity and he didn't score, and then he followed the puck and got it in there.
Yeah, Mercer didn't get the shorthand goal. Lamb got the shorthanded goal, but Mercer created the chance.
Yes, Justin's all over the place. Verzolia and Mercer. No, Lamb and Labrash was the insurance goal. I wasn't talking about the shorthanded goal.
Oh, okay.
The shorthanded goal was Mercer.
It was Mercer.
Yeah.
Good.
Verzolia fed him a beautiful pass.
Oh, yeah.
2-on-1.
Oh, yeah, I wrote that. Oh, God. This is what happens when I don't read my notes ahead of time.
That's okay.
Yeah, we got all over there. Yeah, man, that was a fun game.
That was awesome.
You could tell the crowd was super into it.
Oh, yeah.
It was like ripping in the odd. Like, I wish we were there.
I agree.
Yeah,
we got to get to a game.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It'll be hard, but we'll get there sometime.
Someday we might get there.
I mean, we are now in possession of an AudPod. We were called out by a recipient of an AudPod.
Yes.
And we did overpromise and underdeliver on the timing. However,
as we almost always do,
life got in the way.
Yeah.
However, now there is an AudPod here.
Yes.
In this room with me.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, well, don't get too...
I'm not going to reveal it here.
Yeah, no.
Especially not because now we're on YouTube.
This does not feel like the appropriate setting.
It isn't, but we have it. We're in possession. Yeah, now we need to make a plan to make the drop.
The drop. The presentation.
The presentation.
Yes. All right. So those were our 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Got some 3 stars?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Who's your first star?
My first star is Jack Pridham.
Yeah.
I thought about making a line combination my first star, but I realized that kind of the through line is Jack Pridham driving play.
Yeah.
Getting out to fast starts, being dangerous, even when he's not on the score sheet. And I feel like I've been giving so many first stars to Jackson Parsons that I needed to just offer it up to another player.
Yeah. Just go with another JP.
Yeah, the other JP, right? In fact, I'm married to JP, so there might be some sort of thing going on here. Yes, with JP's being very important. Yeah, Jack Pridham, what can you say that hasn't been said on the AudPod? He's going to be a Blackhawk, and I do not like it. But you go, and you have a great career, man.
For all the reasons we talked about, because I guess I now want him to be my Valentine, my first star is the Andalorian.
You know, I'm sure we can make this feels like a bit of a make-a-wish situation. And, yeah.
Yeah, but for all those reasons, and that beautiful goal,
okay.
Number 1. Who's your second star?
So my second star is the coaching staff.
Yeah.
All right. The coaching staff, basically the big thing was the turnaround from the Brampton game to the London game and having them come out and play as well as they did. And I kind of feels a little bit like we're not quite in the home stretch of the season, but we're kind of getting ready there. And it almost feels like the dog days of the season where it's really easy to get tired and get fatigued and lose some games that you shouldn't, and not so much lose some games that you shouldn't, lose some games that you should, right? So London coming to town, that would be an easy one to pack in and say, well, we gave it our best, but they're the best team in the country.
Yeah.
That's not the mentality of this team. That comes from the coaching staff, I have to imagine, and they're my second star.
Nice.
Who's your second star?
Your other JP. Mr. Jackson Parsons.
Yeah.
Because some of those saves that he made this weekend, they weren't stopping pucks. They were like shot genocide.
They were saving. Yes, exactly. Yes. The pucks fear him.
Yes. He was using the force.
Vulcanized rubber manufacturers fear him.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue because he's my third star.
Oh, good.
And
thank God you have him.
I'm keeping in the vein of, or I should say going back to the vein of third star where you like it, but you kind of question a little bit. I would like to see some games now where Jackson Parsons doesn't have to make some incredible saves.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a certain level of like, it's great that we have the best goalie in the league, and we absolutely do. There's no question about it.
Yeah, not at all.
However, there is sometimes you're just like, like if we didn't have the best goalie in the league, what would the story of the season be? And you know, what ifs, you can go all night, but I would just like to see it's junior hockey, so it's scrambly, but I would just like to see a little bit more responsibility and puck possession in some of these, big games, so that Jackson Parsons doesn't need to necessarily, have the OHL save of the night and be the OHL goaltender of the week all the time.
Even though we love to see it.
Even though, I celebrate it more than anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that's good. I think this weekend when we're doing previews, I think we're going to, I hope we see Schabel in at least one of these games.
Yeah. Well, it's a long season and the playoffs, if they're going to make a deep run, if you're thinking at the very least a showdown with the Knights or the Spitfires or whatever in the third round, let's say that's kind of now where I feel like they could get.
Yeah.
You got to have a goalie who's not, hanging by a thread.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. My third star is Lachar.
Oh yeah.
Game against Flint. He got hit. He got rocked pretty hard, which is saying something because he's not a guy that goes down easy.
Yeah.
The player who hit him, who I cannot remember now off the top of my head, he went and then hit Humphreys. The moment he touched Humphreys, Lachar was up and Lacharzard came out. And then also Lachar crossed the 3-fight threshold and got suspended. But
threshold.
Yeah. But it was just like we were talking about last week. It's like guys who are Rangers. Like,
right.
These guys are the Rangers. Like,
right.
They're the team. Like,
yeah.
Humphreys that's his like fourth game, and Lachar was all over this guy protecting him.
It's true. It's true. That's how the Rangers are, though. That seems like that's the Kitchener Rangers culture.
Yes. Protect each other, stand up for one another. It's good. It's good to see. All right. For those of you on YouTube, we are skipping the news around the OHL this week because we didn't have any OHL news. Kind of a quiet week.
Outside of the Rangers, outside of to be honest, the Brantford stuff was the OHL news of the week for me.
Just them moving
up. Them moving up after them being bought. Well, they're the second best team now.
Yeah.
What? I mean, they won 6 in a row. That's great, but that's like...
That's not a 5-place bump into second.
Yeah, we've done it 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, so get over it.
Yeah.
Or third or whatever there.
Yeah.
Okay, NHL, moment of the week. I know you got one.
Yeah, I do. And it's not, you probably think it's going to be the angle that, an Oilers fan is going to take on this. I'm going to disappoint you. My angle on this is such a nothing burger situation. You cross-check a guy in the head, you're going to sit, right?
Yep.
Okay.
McDavid cross-checking Garland in the Vancouver Edmonton game on Saturday.
I mean, this is the thing. It was provoked. He was holding him. Connor Garland knew what he was doing. He was preventing him from factoring in the last 15 seconds of the game.
Yep.
Which is what his job is to do. I'm not going to scream and shout about any of this because I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
He got up. He provoked. I don't have a problem if he doesn't retaliate there. We're all just going to be screaming and stomping our feet, being like, Connor McDavid needs to get calls and whatever. They had possession. It doesn't matter. There's not going to be a call. You can't stop the play when the Oilers have the puck.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a call. So Connor Garland's going to get a penalty at the end of the game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me.
Goaltender was already out of the net. You already had 6 players. You had possession.
Yeah, exactly. It's a total, there's nothing going to change here, right?
Yeah.
I think that I would think personally, being a part of a union, being a part of like a professional association, there should have been an appeal just based on that's good to do for your fellow members going down the road because they always look at that.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand why you wouldn't appeal just from a bureaucracy standpoint. I think 3 games is kind of lame in the sense of you got to think that it is an entertainment-based league and there's a lot of people who have tickets to the game and they want to see them, and 3 games is a lot of games. It really is, right? To not have the face of the NHL, which brings me to my next point. The NHL is kind of in an atrocious place for entertainment value right now.
Yeah, it's in a weird state.
Where literally the big story is that Connor McDavid got suspended and we've had a goalie goal, a 2-point night from a goal.
Yeah.
We've had all this cool stuff happen and this league does not know how to market itself.
No.
Refuses to listen. I'm not making a case for protecting superstars, but you do have to elevate them.
Yeah.
That's how you become as big as soccer and motorsports and all these individual sports like golf and tennis and that kind of thing. They celebrate these people who are better than everyone else. This is a weird league that is driven by towing the line between we want the players to police themselves. We don't want that, right? We don't want that. But we're also not going to encourage officials to just make calls. We want you to game manage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the NHL moment of the week to me is that I don't think that was a big deal. I think, like I said, if you're going to choose to retaliate like that, you're going to sit. That's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the Oilers season. It's not like they're fighting for like this. No, like, right? Like they have a good team. It'll be okay. If they win only one of the games without them, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I just think it's like a lot of false outrage. And it's weird that there's a podcast making up things about, did you see this? The Two Mutts podcast?
No.
They made things up about that Connor McDavid was going to pull back from his media responsibilities and his like advertising and being the face of the league. And I'm like, this is so, or maybe they didn't make it up. Maybe they were tipped off. So I don't want to upset anybody. But it was like Ryan Rashog of TSN came out and said it was false. I don't really understand why we're talking about this much. It's cut and dry. You want a biased Oilers fan to say, yeah, I thought the Tyler Myers one was worse because it was unprovoked. But
yeah,
what does it matter?
They were both sticks to the throat. So
yeah. So, and I mean, the one thing that like did kind of rub me the wrong way is that this happened in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid took one in the face in the playoffs, and there was no suspension.
These things happen all the time without suspension.
So I set a precedent. It's fine.
Yeah.
Stick to it. Not the NHL. Never will.
So when you flew to Edmonton yesterday and went to the candlelight vigil for Connor McDavid, how does that relate to all this?
Abandoned my family. Yeah, exactly. When I flew to New York to the headquarters of the NHL and protested, man, people just want to get mad about stuff.
Everyone thought you were an inauguration protester.
I was going to say, there's a lot of things to be upset about in the world. Connor McDavid getting a 3-game suspension is not one of them.
Yeah. All right. So coming up next week, we got 3 games again.
We do.
On Friday night, we play Owen Sound at home at the Odd, always Friday. Saturday, we play Erie Otters. We go north. No, wait, Erie.
What?
Is Erie north? No, it's in America.
It's in Pennsylvania.
We're cutting that for the real pod, not from the. This is why you watch it.
You gotta go north.
Okay. Why did I think they were going north? Okay. Oh, they go. Owen Sound comes to us. They're from the north.
They are also not going north. They go south.
Wow.
Geography, not names and geography. We're learning the weaknesses of Justin here today.
Okay. Saturday, Erie. We go to Erie.
Yep.
And then on Wednesday next week, of course, recording day, we see the Sioux in the Sioux country.
There you go. You didn't say it. And that is north.
That's north.
It's actually northwest, but it is north.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Owen Sound, we're 2-0-1 against Owen Sound. They're sitting 4th in their division and 9th in the West.
Got to beat them.
We got to beat them. Hoping to see Schabel against them. That's what I want.
That would be a good...
Schabel at home.
On a Friday night, Schabel deserves a crease, I think.
Like Landon Hookey, still good at hockey.
Yes.
But that's kind of it for them.
They've traded some guys. They traded their captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sold.
Yeah.
Like, I don't discredit that.
No.
Like, it's good moves. Then Erie, we play. They're sitting 3rd in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, get that phlegm out.
They're sitting 3rd in the Midwest, 4th in the West. We're 4-1 against them, and this is our last meeting.
This is the spiciest of all.
Oh yeah,
This is gonna be
this is gonna be good. I hope, or it's gonna be interesting. See what shenanigans they pull at home versus what they pull when they're away.
Yeah. To me, if I had one thing to say to the Rangers, is just go out and beat them again.
Yeah, just smoke them.
Yeah, just beat them again.
Oh.
Don't get caught up in the BS. Just beat them.
Don't look at the what's his face on Twitter.
Periodic factor. Yeah.
And then the Sioux, they're sort of, it feels like they're kind of in the same boat as Owen Sound. Like they're 5th in the West Division, 8th in the Western Conference, 2-0-1 against them this season as well. And this is the last time we see them too. So yeah, Minyosa also still good at hockey. Yeah. So that's our upcoming weekend. Yeah, Erie is probably the game I'm most excited about.
Yeah,
to see what happens.
Yeah, that's almost appointment viewing.
Yes,
it is for us, but I mean for anybody who likes hockey, they should be tuning in to that one.
This one, it could get spicy and excellent. All right. Now we are on to the greatest Ranger of all time, the G.R.O.A.T. The G.R.O.A.T.
I'm back to full G.R.O.A.T. health.
Yeah, I just coughed. I can't do it.
It crushed me for a couple weeks there. I couldn't do it. I was unwell, and that was the last part to come back was my voice.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Not when you have an audio.
When you have an audio podcast and when you teach people something.
Oh, yeah, right.
And you have to use your voice. It's not great.
That seems important.
Yes.
I'm going to give it another shot here now that I got another cough out of the way.
Okay.
The G.R.O.A.T.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it.
Upper register.
Good about
safer in the upper register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going first this week.
You are?
Yeah. From Orleans, Ontario. I didn't know there was an Orleans, Ontario. It's probably north.
Probably, yeah.
This player was a Ranger for his entire OHL career, playing 4 seasons from 2007 to 2011. He won the OHL championship with the Rangers in 2008. He scored 254 points, 68 goals, 186 assists, and 201 games. This man was a machine at the dishes.
Like washing them?
Like a dishwasher.
Old Maytag.
I think that's what they called him. He holds a unique record for the Rangers, being the player with the highest assists per game in a season. When he played in a full season, He played every game. The season was 2010-2011, his overager season, where he had 87 assists in 67 games.
Wow, a lot of apple.
1.25 a game.
Apple time.
He got 1 full apple. And then also some slices from the other apple.
That's true.
Every game.
Every game?
After leaving the OHL, he was a journeyman through several different leagues, including the AHL and the NHL. He still plays professional hockey.
Wow.
Where he is currently a point-per-game player at his Austrian team, HC Pusterel. That's probably how you say it.
It's north of here.
Longitudinally.
Yeah. That is how north goes.
My G.R.O.A.T. nomination this week is Jason Akeson.
Nice.
Yeah. So
give it up.
Nice little high-producing disher.
That's awesome.
Mr. Maytag himself.
Mr. Maytag, the dishwasher.
All right. Who's your G.R.O.A.T.?
All right.
Please hold. I need to grab my water. Can you hold my laptop for a second? There's nowhere to put it.
Like a pizza. I hold it. A pizza or a pasta. A dircolo. I'm learning Italian, Duolingo, and I only know some words, but it's funny when they use pizza and pasta in the examples. I'm like, okay, I don't if I was like learning Spanish or something, I don't think we'd be talking about tacos. So I don't know though. Maybe tapas. Yeah.
Our friend Phil, who is
hey,
Phil. He sent us that the G.R.O.A.T. is the name of a famous Scottish person.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yes, on a coin.
On
a historical coin.
Yeah, I didn't look up anything else about Mr. G.R.O.A.T.
Yeah.
But he's a G.R.O.A.T.
He is a G.R.O.A.T. He's a G.R.O.A.T.
He's a G.R.O.A.T.
All right, speaking of, my nomination for greatest Ranger of all time is an American-born player from Dearborn, Michigan, USA.
The hockey hotspot.
Yeah. Right wing, coming in at 5'11", 180 pounds. He played with the Rangers for, 2 full seasons and then a 3rd season, and he was actually traded to the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhound. In his rookie season, 1982-1983, he put up 39 goals, 48 assists for 87 points. And in the playoffs, he had 5 points in 12 games. Then in 83-84, he went next level. He had 63 goals and 76 assists for 139 points. And in the playoffs, in 16 games, he had 28 points, including 12 goals. So he was just all over the score sheets for that entire year, that entire run in the playoffs as well, right? 83-84. It was a good year.
It was a good year.
Then he continued to tear it up with 46 points in his first 31 games, but 84-85, after a championship, he's an overager, whatever. What happens? He gets sent to Sioux Greyhounds. Of course, there's just more success there. He only plays 11 games there in the regular season, but he has 14 points. And then he has a full 16-game playoff run with the Sioux Greyhounds, where he scores 13 goals and has 22 points. So naturally, he is a offensive powerhouse in the OHL. And the Chicago Blackhawks took notice of this, and they drafted him 39th overall.
Oh, wow.
In the 83 draft. His best statistical season was in 86-87 when he scored 32 goals and 61 points. He was never a big point guy once he got to the NHL, but he scored 5 shorthanded goals in consecutive years, 93-94 and 94-95, which is really impressive. He was just a great kind of, middle sixer. Had a decently long career. He played for Chicago, San Jose, Buffalo, New York, and Toronto. He ended his career with 684 games played, scoring 155 goals and 147 assists for 302 points. This week's G.R.O.A.T nomination is a famous Wayne, not the one you're thinking of, but Wayne Presley.
Wayne Presley. Two very famous names pressed together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where's Elvis Gretzky?
Yeah.
Find him for me.
We need him.
Yeah.
We need him now. Nice. Awesome G.R.O.A.T. Man, we're G.R.O.A.T-ing.
We're G.R.O.A.T-ing.
We're at like 25 G.R.O.A.T.
I think we're getting real close to the end here.
I think so too.
Yeah, and the bracket will begin, and maybe the fantasy draft, and I think we're winding down.
Agreed. Yeah. So that's our episode for this week. Andrew, we got some thank yous.
We do.
We, of course, have Ken Bourne.
Papa Bourne.
And because we're on YouTube, here's the hat.
The hat is in the house.
We got the hat. So, Director of Branding and Marketing, and then, of course, our prodigal producer, Liam.
The Phenom.
Thank you to the Kitchener Public Library. As you can tell on the video,
we are here.
Yeah.
There's guitars here.
There's guitars. We're in a different studio than we normally are in.
A larger studio.
This one's larger.
It's very nice. Don't come here. Do not book this space when we need it.
Yeah, we need it. None of that.
But otherwise, come here and use us.
Yes, because the Kitchener Public Library is awesome.
And they're really nice people who work here.
Nice. And then you can find us on social media.
Yeah, at the AudPodcast on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter for the time being. I don't know how long we're going to be on Twitter.
We have grabbed the blue sky. We have not started blue skying.
That's true.
But if you want to follow us on there, you can.
Yeah, that would be great. We'd love to connect there.
If people are on Blue Sky, we will go to Blue Sky.
We will. We'd love to.
Yeah.
We'd love to leave Twitter at this point.
Correct.
In human history.
And as I said at the top of the show, we are on YouTube. Find that through our Instagram links.
Believe it or not, we are now a video medium.
Yes. But you can also listen to the podcast through YouTube Music.
True. And you can email us at theoddpodcast@gmail.com if you have interesting stories about the Rangers, if you have a G.R.O.A.T nomination, if you have a factoid about the Odd or the history of the Odd, and perhaps just something about Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, this area, Waterloo region. We'd love to hear from you.
Or if you want that YouTube link, we can send it.
That's true. You could email us. You could also just say hello.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Be nice to hear.
Maybe you're not on social media. Maybe you're better than all of us.
We would give you a phone number, but we don't have one, and we don't want to do that. And as always, you can find us at
the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
See you at the Odd.